Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm Sean Anderson, Most Valuable Podcast, and we're continuing our 2017-2018 NFL season predictions. I think I said NFL season predictions about 3 times there, but I don't care. I'm rolling through it. We have the Houston Texans today, and starting off in Week 1, they are going to be hosting the Jaguars. I will have the Texans winning this one. I'm not too sure and sold on the Texans quarterback situation. I think Deshaun Watson should be their starting quarterback. However, I don't know if I don't know what they're going to run with. I think they're probably going to run with Tom Savage to start, but it doesn't matter who they're starting there. I think that the Texans defense will be able to get to Blake Bortles, and we know how turnover-prone Blake Bortles is. So I think that that's going to just play into the Texans game, and no matter who is starting for the Texans behind the line, they're still going to be able to turn the ball and hand it off to Lamar Miller. So I think it's going to be enough for the Texans to get the win, especially at NRG. Then Week 2, they have the Bengals. I'm not high on the Bengals at all. I think the Texans can really blow them up, blow their offense up with their defense. I'm really high on this Texans defense. I think you guys are absolutely fantastic. I know I don't need to sell you guys on J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, and then the linebacking core that you have behind that. I mean, this Texas defense is absolutely scary, and I think that they'll be able to take over that Bengals offense and be able to beat them up. Week 3, however, I have you losing to my Patriots. I don't think that's that much of a shocker. It's in Foxborough. You're playing Tom Brady. We saw last year what happened with the lack of a starting quarterback. Tom Brady's going to destroy this team, and defensively, you're going to stifle Tom Savage, and they're not going to be able to do anything. So there's no way that the Texans are going to be able to beat the Patriots. Sorry. Week 4, Titans will beat the Patriots, beat the Texans. I don't think the Titans or Patriots are playing this year. Titans will beat the Texans in Week 4. I just think the shellacking that the Patriots are going to give the Texans in Week 3 is going to give them shell shock. And I think that Tom Savage is going to get rocked by this Titans defense because, frankly, this Titans defense is good. So I think this Titans defense is going to go into energy and get a win in Week 4. And Week 5, another great defense and another loss for the Houston Texans. Tom Savage looks brutal again. And in Week 6, here comes Deshaun Watson. And they face the Browns. Easy win for Deshaun Watson and his first start as the Houston Texans quarterback in Week 6. Week 7 is a bye. Week 8, you have to go to Seattle. It's a tough one, but Deshaun Watson is fresh. Not only off a bye week and a win off the Browns, but coming into this game, he's only played 2 games. I think Deshaun Watson will get a win against the Seahawks, which is a bold prediction, I think, with, going into 12-man, going into Seattle, going into CenturyLink, I believe it is, and beating up that team. However, I think that this defense is going to give enough support to Deshaun Watson. I think Russell Wilson's going to be stifled, and you're looking at the Seahawks offensive line. I think the Texans will be able to stifle Russell Wilson enough, and then offensively, Lamar Miller, DeAndre Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson, and C.J. Fedorowicz, group and horde of Houston Texans offensively will be able to get it done against the Seahawks. Week 9, you're taking on the Colts. It is at NRG. I think that the Texans will get the win there. Week 10, you're taking on the Rams. That's an easy win. I know that Rams defense is very good, and it might give Deshaun Watson trouble. However, that offense for the Rams is pretty pathetic, and the defense of the Texans would probably be able to win this game for them. I mean, we look at what the Vikings were able to do with Sam Bradford at quarterback. I know Sam Bradford was very efficient, but he isn't really that much of a game changer. You saw what they were able to do, 6-0 last year to start the season, and that was really basically solely based off their defense. I think the Texans can have a defense like that this year. Texans get the win against the Rams. Week 11, I'm not too high on the Cardinals. I think this defense will, again, be able to stifle Carson Palmer. And yes, this Cardinals defense is very good, but I just think that the defense will do enough, and Deshaun Watson will not have to do that much, where the Texans will get a win at NRG. Week 12, you're taking on the Ravens, a Monday night game. The Ravens will win that one in Baltimore. I think the Ravens, being in Baltimore, it's a rough place to play. Harbaugh's a great coach. He'll be able to game plan against a rookie. I think that will just not go into the role that the Texans are going to be on 5 straight, if I'm counting right, 5 straight wins going into Baltimore. I think that the train ends there. The Ravens get a win in Week 12. Week 13, you get revenge against the Titans. I know that one's going to be in Tennessee, but I think that these teams are very close. Mariota, I know, is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson at their current moment. Obviously, Mariota was injured last year, but by Week 13, he will be healthy. This offense might give you trouble in Tennessee. I could possibly also see Week 4 being a win for the Texans being at home, and then Week 13 being a win for the Titans. However, I just think you guys are going to split. So either they're going to win against the Titans in Week 4 and lose in Week 13, or you're going to win in Week 13 and lose in Week 4. Week 14, you're playing the Niners. That's pretty much, that's an easy win, right, guys? Week 15, you're taking on the Jags again. You're playing Blake Bortles, who's completely turnover prone. I don't think that Jaguars defense is going to give Deshaun Watson too much trouble. I have the Texans getting the win there. Week 16, you're taking on the Steelers. It's going to be a rough game for Deshaun Watson, but it is at home, and I think ultimately the Texans will get the win there. Another Monday night game, I think the Texans will get a win at NRG. But however, I can see that one being a loss there. And then finally, to close out the season, a win over Andrew Luck in Indianapolis, and that has the Texans finishing at 12-4 and at the top of the AFC South for me. I can see them being around 10-6. I can see them being 13-3. I think this team's very good. However, the quarterback situation does concern me a bit. I don't think Tom Savage is a good enough quarterback to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think the Texans are going to realize that by week 5, and they're going to pull him, and they're going to put in Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is going to go probably on too good of a run, but only lose one game, and that one's against the Ravens. So I think maybe I'm overshooting and overhyping Deshaun Watson, but I think this Texans defense is that good where they can give opposing quarterbacks and opposing offenses that much trouble, where Deshaun Watson won't have to do that much, and he'll be able to manage a game. And Lamar Miller's a great playmaker. DeAndre Hopkins, obviously a great playmaker in his own right. I think the Texans will finish at 12-4. Tell me what you think about the Texans' schedule. Do you think that they're going to go 12-4? Do you think they're going to be worse? Do you think they're going to be better? I think that they're a playoff team no matter where you have them finishing record-wise. Tell me in the comments below what you have the Houston Texans finishing at. Did I hit the nail on the head? Did I miss them by a wide margin? Tell me in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out our other season predictions for every NFL team. They're coming out by best to worst record. Also, don't forget to check out Patreon, all of our social medias. But that is going to wrap it up, and I'll see you guys next time.